Hey guys, it's Sarafina Delirium. I guess today we're gonna do like a get ready with me video. I don't have anything on my face. Like, this is what I look like normally. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on some music and we're gonna get started here. Shoot, wrong song. My bad. Alright, so my kid is, my youngest out of 4 is laying on the bed on his tablet and he's happy as a lark. He will not take a nap and let me do this, but he's happy, I'm happy, so let's go ahead and put some stuff on my face. Turn that down a little bit. Hopefully it's not too quiet. You can kind of hear my dance music in the background. And I'm hoping that my videos are going the way that I want them to go. Like, they seem okay. I've got like an influx of like 25 subscribers in just a couple days and less than a month really because of this giveaway, and I can't tell you guys how grateful I am for all of your support. Like, I started this channel in 2011 actually, when I was going through my first divorce. I've been divorced twice, getting married to my second husband again, which is kind of funny, but that's a long way off. But my first divorce, and I was going through a really rough time, and I was bullied a lot on YouTube. I was really shy, really depressed, really just hated myself. My first husband had cheated on me, and he left me actually kicked me out for the girl he was cheating on me with, and she has helped raise my daughter for 10 years. From the time she was 5 months old, Callie has pretended that she is my daughter's mother and posted about it on social media all the time. It's like, my daughter this, my daughter that, and it's someone else's child. I don't think this girl can even have kids, and it's just been a mess. So I started YouTube during that time, dealing with all that court stuff, and it's kind of like a get to know me thing. Of course, I was like maybe 16, I was 17 when I had Amy, and that family took over, treated me like I was white trash because I wasn't a rich kid. They were a pretty wealthy family, and so I guess, you know, some people just treat other people like crap. Mental illness or not, you shouldn't abuse someone the way that family abused me. Like, I don't really get into it much, but like, that's what happened with my first kid, and she doesn't even know who I am. So I'm an alienated mom. Amy, if you're out there watching this ever, you should know that I do love you, and I've always been here fighting for you, dealing with all kinds of judgment for it, and I will never give up. So, fun fact about Sarah. I just used my Fair CoverGirl concealer stick. You guys know what that is. I talk about it in like every video. I'm like, this is what I'm wearing, and it's usually the same stuff. So I started this channel way back in the day, and it's been used for all kinds of different things. I used to do covers, and I gotten like so much hate on my covers that I just gave up. I wanted to be on The Voice and use this channel to help me start a career. I mean, Justin Bieber did it, right? So why couldn't I do it? But I didn't have any help. I didn't have any tools. I grew up in a family of musicians, but my dad has never been there. He cares about his own music and his own life and his own band and his own girlfriends, but as for us, and I was kind of the kid that my family didn't really want. I was really the black sheep of the family, so I just didn't fit in anywhere, not with my family, didn't really have a whole lot of friends, and so it's funny coming onto this platform and searching for validation for many years from the internet, and that doesn't really, get you anywhere really, but I did it, and it didn't always work, but I just want to say that I'm really grateful for everybody here today who's been so kind to me, not knowing me or anyone else in the world, just being really sweet and giving me a chance and trying to get to know me as a person, because I'm kind of cool. Depending on the day. I'm just kidding. I'm okay. Like, I have my issues as much as anybody else. I have tons of issues, but don't we all? Like, we're all human. There's so much hate and negativity out there from people that just don't have anything else to do besides be mean. And I have made it my mission in life not to do that. Like, right now, I try to do volunteer work as much as I can. So every couple weeks, I go to this, it's a church actually, and they help other people find clothes and kitchen stuff and toys. I mean, they even have pads there. It's really cool. They're really nice. So I want to do more of that with my life. I want to help with missions for the homeless, because we have so much to be grateful for. Let me do my eyeliner real quick and I'll keep talking. Promise. Oh, I love this song. I don't like to do heavy makeup on my face just because it's not me. And I will admit, I have a natural beauty that I really just don't need it. I'm okay with the way I look as I am. I'm finally confident enough with, like, this is what my face looks like without any makeup. Like, whereas before, like, you would never see me out of makeup. Like, now I'm like, this is what I look like. This is what I'm always gonna look like. And it's just makeup. It's just like paint on your face. But underneath, what you really look like is more important than all of the stuff on your face. And I believe every single person out there has the potential to be a beautiful person inside, regardless of what they look like. And we put way too much emphasis on what we look like instead of emphasis on who we really are inside. So I'll just put that out there. And it's very important to me to be a good person inside, regardless of what anybody may say about me, whatever opinions they may have. I know my real worth as a person. I know the traumas that I have been through. And I know my intentions in life have pretty much always been good. Regardless of how many times I screwed up, I know that I have tried. Oh my god. See, I told you guys, I always mess up this eye every single time. I mess it up. It's because it's on the left side of my face. I'll tell you what. The kid over there on my bed that you don't see is being so good. He is so good. So, I'm gonna do, I think today, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm ready enough as it is for this video. You get to know me a little bit there for a second. I have not told you a lot. Like, there's things like mental hospitals, jails, physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse. There's just all kinds of narcissistic things that I have been through in my life that you don't know, and we haven't gotten into it, but there's a lot back there. And I try to keep things positive because I'm just tired of letting it destroy me. I've been a really negative, grieving person. I've grieved for a long time, especially over my daughter. I think that hit me the most because I was so young and naive, and you know, we put so much expectation on teenagers in general to have their shit together by a certain age and know what they're gonna do for the rest of their life. And they're going through all of this stuff, and then like, and all of a sudden you're 18 and it's like, figure it out. And then you get judged so hard, especially in the town that I live in. Okay, I live in a place called Rockbridge County, Virginia, where people are really judgmental, really mean, and there's just this, I don't know, the mentality here is very strange. I grew up in Rockbridge County. I was born in Roanoke, Virginia, but the funny thing is I found out recently that I was really from the town of Buena Vista, and I'm really ashamed of that, actually. I would not admit it for the longest time. Like, I just go with, like, my roots are from Ireland, and that's where I'm gonna just say I'm from. I'm from Ireland, you know, but I'm from here, so whatever it is, what it is. But I'm really different than what you would expect here. So, I might as well just go with, like, the question and answer list that I have here, and I'll try to be quick. I don't really know how much time I have on my phone. So, my Q&A list would be, like, I have a list of 20 questions that I made myself, and I kind of stole these from Bailey Sarian. Hi, Bailey, it's me again. Me, one of your biggest fans, always talking about Bailey Sarian. Oh my god. So my question and answer list, I have a list of 20 questions, and I'm gonna start with number 1, my tattoos. What tattoos do I have? And by the way, guys, I want you to definitely, like, answer in the comments these questions. I'm gonna probably list them out in the description, so you can also do this with me. I think that would be really great. Like, let's talk to each other. Let's get to know each other as people, and not just, like, me trying to sell you something or me trying to get you to buy something. Like, who are we? Turn this down again, because you probably can hear that music. Maybe not, I don't know. He's going, let's get down to business. Perfect. So number 1 is my tattoos. I have one back here, and it's actually, can you see it? You can't see it. Whatever, it's fairy wings, and it's half a broken heart, and my, should I even say sister? Because we hate each other. Like, she has done so much bad stuff, and, like, she got away with it. I hate her. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but let's just say, like, she's one of the biggest narcissists I will ever know, and, like, it's just, I hate her. So anyway, we have matching tattoos, which is funny. So I'm trying to get that covered up this summer, and anyway, that was the first tattoo I ever got. I was just really drunk at the time. It was during my first divorce, and I was trying to live my life, I don't know what I was thinking. Stupidity, I guess. I was like, besties forever. So I have half a broken heart with, like, these really fancy fairy wings, and that's over here on my shoulder. And then my second tattoo was the spider, I think. Was that it? Yeah, I think it was the spider. That was my second tattoo, and I was engaged, and then I went through a breakup, and so I was like, I've been through all this trauma, but the thing is that I'm really small, and I had this issue with being small because I'm 4'11.5", and I always tell people I'm 5 foot. It's a lie. So, okay, guys, I'll tell you the truth. I'm 4'11.5". Whatever. Who cares? It is what it is. I'm Irish, right? And I always had this issue with being small because of, like, the trauma that I've been through, and we won't get into that, but it did. So I've always really identified with spiders. I love spiders. I read Charlotte's Web by E.B. White when I was little, and it was one of my favorite books besides Black Beauty, and so I wanted a spider in my hand. I've actually had a pet black widow spider before, and they're actually pretty chill. They're pretty docile, however you say it, docile, whatever. So it has a little tiny red hourglass, but you can't see it very well. But I got that saying, like, spiders are tiny, but everybody's afraid of them. Like, they don't want to mess with a spider. Problem is, they're always trying to kill them. They don't know anything about them. They're always trying to kill them. And it's like, we really have something in common there, because nobody really knows me or understands me, and they don't want to. They just want to judge me. So I was like, cool, I'll get that on my hand. Everybody can see it. That's the first impression. It's like, yes, she's a Black Widow, baby. You know, I was really into that song by Iggy Azalea, too, when it came out. So that was when I went through thought he was the love of my life, and then we broke off our engagement. So I got that, and then I got the outline of this. Okay, it was really small for a while. This is my third tattoo, and you can see it underneath, right there. You can see kind of the veins from the first one, and it was bat wings. And I finally got this filled in and fixed. I got that, and then I got the outline of this tattoo. So I did that. And then at the same time as getting this one, I got it finished finally last year, and I love the emeralds in there. He was gonna do like one red and one blue, and I was like, let's just do emeralds to make it go together with the purple and the green. So I love it how it's like Joker colors. And then my last tattoo that I got was, I can't even show you. This is ridiculous. So I got this on my wrist, and that's for my second husband, and he will also be my third husband. He'll be my second husband by remarriage, I guess. And he's a Sagittarius, and I'm a Pisces, so I got that tattoo because he has one on his ankle. So we have matching tattoos too. I was so mad at him. He got my name on his arm, Sarafina, and then he covered it up with the as above, so below tree. I was so mad. But honestly, I haven't been able to find like a tattoo artist to do his name on me. So it's all good. We'll figure it out. We still have these tattoos that match. And that's my last one. So I don't know if like getting this fixed counts as like 3 different tattoos. But whatever. 1, 2... I have 4 right now. And then this summer I would like to get like bats right here or on my shoulders, like down here. I think right here would be good, like bats. Or I just want to get this covered up. Let's cover up the stupid fairy wing, okay? Alright. So number 2 of my 20 questions list is my tattoo wish list. I have a lot. Okay, I have a lot. I have a lot. I want a phoenix sleeve really bad. That was the next thing I was supposed to be getting, was a phoenix sleeve. But money. Okay, so it was like $500, $600. I already paid the deposit. And the deposit was like $110. And he was like, that doesn't really pay for anything, my artist. And so I was like, well, dang, you know, I mean, shouldn't that go towards it? No, apparently not. So I'm just going through like some pictures that I have of tattoos. I want a phoenix really bad. I want a sleeve down this arm. And then down this arm, I want roses. And I want to start with like Amy, Seamus, Alexander, Dallas, maybe my stepdaughter Claire, but probably not appropriate. So I wanted to do like a whole rose sleeve with my kids' names and maybe their birth dates. That would be cool. I have an ad, so let me fix that really quick. Boom. Alright. So back up to my wish list. I have a phoenix. I want a galaxy somewhere. I don't know yet. But this is my Japanese arm. That's why I want a phoenix down this arm. And then I have like the calligraphy of the tattoo you cannot see right now. I would love to have a snake somewhere because I have a corn snake named Crimson, whom I adore. He was a rescue. I would love to have a sun and moon tattoo. I love roses. I have lots of ideas. Like, I might, like, do just a big bat where the fairy wings were. I want a black cat or maybe a tuxedo. And one of the things I want is, like, a spider web over this hand, like a glove. That would be really cool. But then what would I do with this hand? I don't know. Maybe I'll put a stake on this hand or something, like, coming out of the rose bush. And I really want, like, the moon phases on my fingers. So, like, either up here or, like, down here. I don't know. Probably up here, but, like, I'll have a wedding ring on this hand. I have engagement rings. I have, like, 3 rings that Brian is giving me, but I just don't wear them because I do so much yard work. And they're just so pretty. Like, I have this big cobalt blue one. Oh, my God. I love that ring the best. So, what the moon phases, Phoenix, snake, maybe an hourglass. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that, like, I want. And I've been dreaming about it for, like, 13 years. And I think that was the first tattoo I ever wanted was a spider. And so it's one of the first ones that I got. This one wasn't planned, ever. I had, like, my whole life mapped out. And, you know, I was like, I'm going to get a spider on my hand. And I wanted that when I was, like, 13. So, you know, you never know. I will probably get them as I'm able because tattoos are freaking expensive. But this is the best $500 I ever spent, so number 3, what's a goal you want to accomplish in your life or career? So I wanted to be a veterinarian growing up, and shit happened, so I wasn't able to do that. And now that I'm a felon, it's kind of like, would they give me a medical license? Because I was talking to a lady at the church I volunteer at. She was like, try. Like, just try. I was like, I know I give up on things so easily. I need to start, like, trying. And I think at this point, I have my daughter's name on my necklace. So I wore this necklace for her because we're going to talk about my kids today. So that's Amy's necklace. But I think at this point in my life, I want to do something that would help kids and battered women, and I want to help people. Like, I want to be some kind of a therapist, but I definitely want to help people in some way. So doing stuff like this, feels good because it helps me emotionally, and then maybe it'll help you guys. So I want to work with people. I want to work with the homeless. I want to work with animals. I love animals. I got a pygmy goat yesterday, and my calf, and the calf was an orphan, so like I rescued this goat, and I've rescued my snake, and we have cats, and I want to do something good for the world. Whatever it is, wherever God puts me, I want to do that at this point. Number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 years? It's honestly a pretty easy question. My man, I want to say fiance because we've been together so damn long. We've been together 9, almost 10 years now. It's been a while. On and off, mostly off, but we're totally on now. We just have our issues. Had our issues. We're doing great now, but he's a mechanic full time, and it's I'm sure it wears him out, but he's finally going to be able to have a stable income for us, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to eventually buy a house within 3 years. Actually buy a house, maybe a little farm, so I can have my cow and my chickens and my ducks and my new goat. And I want to have a bedroom, at least 2 bedrooms between our 3 boys, and then another room for his daughter and my daughter, Amy. And then just a nice, beautiful, I know that's not exactly career-minded, but that's what I'm hoping that we'll have. Number 5, how did you get started on YouTube? I think I answered that earlier. I just started one because I wanted to make covers and sing and do something with my life way back in 2011, and I tried. So here we are to this day. I've changed it up a bit because it's a mess, but that's me, Sarafina Delirium. Giant cluster F-U-C-K. Joking. Number 6, what motivates you to stay bubbly even on bad days? So this was one of the questions that I stole from Bailey, and I think what motivates me is I try to think of 10 things to be grateful for. I'm grateful for the oxygen in my lungs, first of all. 2, I know it's impossible to find a job, but I'm always finding part-time jobs. So I'm grateful for what I can find. I'm really grateful for the people in my life, just everything, especially my kids. My kids really keep me going. They make me refuse to give up. By the way, he's still laying over there on his tablet, and he's so well behaved. You just watch his tablet. He's on YouTube Kids. So, gosh, there's so many things. And if I am having a really bad day, I just don't get online. I know everybody is expected to, be on the internet and basically be a robot. You have to just come off as perfect. My life is just so perfect, 24/7, and that's just not how life is. So I just don't get on social media. I go read a book. I like to read. And I'm actually reading a book about the Holocaust right now because I'm kind of obsessed with the Holocaust. But funny enough, books by Viktor Frankl and this person that I can't remember their name, but it's called We Were the Lucky Ones. And books like that help me to be more grateful for what I have and say, I've not been through that. Of course, my ancestors went through the Irish potato famine, and then they migrated to America as slaves, and we were treated just as bad, if not worse, than the black people because we were Irish. So I know people are like, oh, white lives matter, black lives matter, but I'm over here what about the Irish? You ever think about them? You have no idea. No. All right then. So anyway, number 7, 10 things you're grateful for. Let's see if I can count using my 10 fingers that I'm also grateful for. 1, my kids. So each one of them I'm going to count. Amy, Seamus, Alex, Dallas, and then my stepdaughter Claire. So we're just going to go 5 right there. So that's an easy 5. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm alive, even though I think 2014 was the last time I tried to kill myself, and I was so mad when I woke up. But here I am. I'm alive. There must be a reason. I'm grateful for that reason, whatever it may be. We will figure it out in time. I'm grateful for the almost 3 acres that I live at now, so I can go outside and take walks. I'm grateful for the cemetery, the abandoned cemetery on that 3 acres. Yeah, I can't talk today. That I'm working on so that I can make trails in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm grateful for those periwinkles. I'm grateful for my mom because without her, I don't even think I would be here. We have our ups and downs for sure, but whenever there's no one else, she's always there for me. She's bailed me out of jail so many times for shit that I probably should have been left in there for. You know, I've done stupid things, but I've also been thrown around by the system like a rag doll. And once you have any kind of reputation, they just, whatever, lock her up, throw away the key. There's a lot of judgment without really knowing the situation, because that's the Commonwealth of Virginia. Good job, Commonwealth. You fail. But the last thing I'm grateful for, besides my mom, is my man Brian. Especially now, he's really come together a lot in the past 6 months to a year. Like, he's just been a man that I've never seen before, and I'm really proud to be with him. Whereas in the past, he was really a jerk, and I know I was a jerk too, but I'm just really grateful for how far we've come, guys. I really am. And we're gonna get our shit together, and we're gonna get all these kids together, and we're gonna be okay. I know that in my heart. Everything's gonna be all right. So, number 8, which is perfect timing, because this next question will definitely include Brian. How long have you and Brian been together, and when is the next wedding date or remarriage? So Brian and I, as you guys have heard, have been together for almost 9 years, on and off, mostly off, but now we are on. And we have been married already. We got married on October the 13th, 2016, I think. It would be like 4 years or 5 years now if we had not gotten divorced, but we did get divorced. That was the most painful thing I've ever done in my life. More painful than my first marriage, because neither one of us wanted to get divorced. But we had so many problems, and it involved our children. And when you have a loss, when you have a child loss, it destroys you. And so we got divorced because of a child loss. And it was just really hard because we still loved each other. So, and we finally took some time. It was like a time we didn't speak for like 8 months. And we're finally together after I dated someone else. I dated 2 people. Turns out one of them was having an affair with me, with his girlfriend. And of course he's pretending that, you know, he didn't, but he did. And yeah, so I ended up being the other woman for a while. And then I found someone else, and he actually treated me right. And I don't know, he was too young for me, and something about it made me like, I missed Brian. And so we ended up getting back together, and we're like, let's fix this. Like, let's do something different that we just wanted to be okay. Like, really, I mean, we've just healed so much. So the next wedding date we've thought about, I really love Dia de los Muertos. It's my favorite holiday. You could say Halloween is, but it's more gory, and I don't like gory. I like black cats and pumpkins and ghosts and things like that. But nothing like gory and just, ugh. So my first marriage, we got married on Halloween, and I don't think I would do that again. That was stupid. Like, who gets married at a public park? We did, and he left me for someone else, and we got divorced in 6 months. So with Brian, the real love of my life, really, really, really the love of my life, we were thinking about getting married again this year at the end of the year, but there's no rush. First of all, there's the financial benefits of making more money back on your taxes if you don't get married. And second of all, there's let's do this right this time, like really do it right and not rush into something and then regret it. Like we rushed into our first marriage. So you'll see the updates when we do, and I'm sure we will in time. So we don't really have a date, but I do have it on my calendar to get married on November the 2nd or November the 1st of this year, 2021. Or another Friday the 13th, because the first time we got married was Friday the 13th, but I don't want to jinx us again, so I don't know. Okay, number 9. We're going to go to the next question. What would you consider your full-time job or career? Oh, God, my kids, probably. They keep me busy. They make me get up in the morning. And obviously not end my life like I tried to do in 2014, but definitely them. I've been a homeschooling mom. We tried that. I think he wants to go to preschool, though. I think he wants to go and see other kids. But my full-time job or career would be my farm right now. I have chickens lay eggs all the time. I've always loved the idea of having my own business. So I'm always trying to make my own entrepreneurship, my own business. I think Sarafina Delirium Beauty, SD Beauty, is going to be something really cool in time if I don't give up on it like I've given up before. I've tried Chimera by Sarafina, and I've just tried all kinds of things. Try to be a singer. So really, I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm lucky that my mom has helped me so much over the years, and I'm lucky that Brian is now helping me a hell of a lot with, like, he helps me feed the chickens, and they're, like, expensive. They're, like, they eat a whole bag of feed a month. So number 10, makeup looks I want to try and never have. So one of the things that I want to try is false lashes. I've never done it before. And there's these other cool things like contouring. I don't know how to do that. That's just way over my head. But as said, I like to keep things simple. So I just don't feel like I need a lot of makeup. I just don't. And there's a couple people that I follow on YouTube that they're just beautiful. They don't need anything. Like, I guess this girl just puts powder on her face, and she's just so pretty, and I can't even remember her name, but good God, she doesn't need anything. But those are two things that I want to try, is false lashes and contouring, just because I want to make my nose look smaller, even though I'm actually kind of okay with my nose now. Like, it's my nose, I'm always going to have it. I'm not going to have Botox or plastic surgery or anything like that. This is just how I'm going to look, you know? And I'm okay with aging, I'm okay with fine lines and things like that, because I look like my mom, and she looks great for 67, so I'll be fine. So, number 11, do you watch podcasts? No, I do not. I've never really been into podcasts. My first husband was, and it's just not into me. Not into that. I'm on YouTube a lot. I like to watch videos. I'm a very visual learner. I love to read books. And I don't watch TV. Sometimes the kids watch TV shows like Disney Channel. They love Bluey and stuff like that, but I don't do any of that. Like, I'm pretty simple. I love YouTube for my music, as you can hear, and I like to watch YouTube videos, and that's about it. So no podcast for me. So 12 is what do you watch? And I just answered that. So I don't really watch TV. I used to have Netflix. I don't have that anymore. I kind of cut stuff out of my life because I feel like we live on our phones. We live on our phones, we live on the internet, and we're not even spending time with our families. Like right now, my mom's probably watching TV, and my kid is on his tablet. And, you know, that's why I didn't want to get a tablet, but he loves the darn thing. I think he's addicted to it, and I'm kind of worried. You know, the kids these days, they all have phones, they all have tablets, and they're just always on them. There's nothing wrong with that if it's wholesome and healthy and it helps them. Like, it helps him learn to talk better, but I'm really old-fashioned in that way. I didn't have a phone until I was 16, and that's because I was in an abusive relationship. The guy was kind of stalking me when I was 16 years old in high school. High school was really rough. Like, we don't talk about those days. But, yeah, I just didn't have anything like that. We didn't grow up with the internet. We didn't have TV till I was, like, 10, and then I watched SpongeBob, you know. So I was just one of those poor kids, and my mom was a school teacher and a single parent, and so I just kind of, like, I went outside. That's why I have chickens. I still love chickens because they were my friends, they were my buddies, and I was outside a lot. I was always doing something. I was always working. And so I just don't like a whole lot of technology because I don't want it to take over. All right, so 13. Number 13. Love that number. 13 is like me and my husband's bonded number. It's actually Philippians. I can do all things through Christ. It's just kind of funny because he's more into Satan values, and I'm like, I've always been pagan, and I don't even know where I stand at this point, but we love that 413. So, number 13. What is your normal daily routine? When I get up in the morning, it's by 10 a.m. The kid's up. I get Dallas breakfast to get him changed. He's over there giggling. And I'll leave him with Grandma, and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go out to do my chores, and I will go out there, and usually the night before I have already done water buckets with the chickens and the cows and everybody, and I'll go feed everybody and give them water, and make sure Annabelle, my cow, has her fly spray because the flies are awful. So I'll spray her with fly spray and give her her breakfast after the chickens are done, and everybody's taken care of. I'll come in the house, and then me and Dallas will start our day, and we'll try to learn something. We'll turn on TV, eat breakfast. I'll make sure he's gotten his breakfast, and if he needs to go to the potty, like normally I come back in after I fed the animals, and I'll be like, he's gone to the potty. Grandma helps me a lot with everything, and Brian's already at work by like 6. He gets up at 6:30 every day. I don't know how he does it. And then he doesn't get home till like 4 or 5. And he has to work a double this weekend, and then a shift and a half the next day. It's just exhausting. So we just kind of figure things out as we go. But that's my morning routine. And usually it just varies after that, like whatever needs to be done on my to-do list. Like yesterday I had to make appointments all day. So I had to make doctor's appointments. It's been a long time since I've caught up with anything like that. Like I technically don't take care of myself, and I need to start doing it. So, like eye appointment, doctor appointment, stuff like that. So, number 14. God, I cannot talk. Number 14. You're in a relationship again. When are we gonna see you get married or wear another ring? So I meant to show off my rings, like bring them over here, but I have a double one, like a diamond that Brian got, and then there's the cobalt blue one. It looks like a cocktail ring. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then there's my wedding band, which is tungsten. And there's another one that he got me, I think there's another one. There's several of them. But I already answered that question, so I'm going to skip that for now. And you'll see when we figure it out, you'll be the first to know, promise. Besides my mom. Number 15. What's your favorite movie or movie genre? So my problem is I can't really make up my mind about anything. I've always had a problem with like making decisions. So like my favorite movie used to be Serendipity when I was younger, with John Cusack, and then it was The Girl Next Door, like the one with Emil Hirsch in it, and he met the porn star, and I loved that. And so my last boyfriend before Brian actually bought me the movie for we dated a month, and he was already like acting like we were married. It was really weird. Yeah, I don't know. So I really liked those two for a long time, and then I loved movies like Tarzan and Spirits, Diana the Cimarron. But my favorite movie genre is probably like romantic comedies, not too sappy, and I really like psychological films. I really do. For example, I'll Follow You Down, which has the guy that was the captain on Titanic. I can't remember his name. And then there's what is his name? He was in it's called I'll Follow You Down, and he was in what's that movie where he talked to ghosts? He's like, I see dead people. You guys know what I'm talking about, and I can't even think of it right now. So we'll just move on. So I think I like stuff like that. And then there's another one called Synchronicity. Synchrony. I can't say it, but it's about time travel. I love Fight Club and The Prestige and The Illusionist. Those are probably some of my favorite movies that I can't really pick. Number 16, where are you from or born? As you guys know, I finally know, I was originally from Buena Vista, Virginia, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. I'm from Roberts County, Virginia. I live in the county in the middle of nowhere. It's beautiful out here. It's hard to find internet sometimes, but it's alright. Everything works a lot better than it used to. And I was born in Roanoke, Virginia. I'm just like checking to make sure this ad goes away so we can listen to music. I don't have like Spotify or anything. If I listen to music, it's free. Like, I'm not gonna pay for a bunch of subscription services for music and TV and stuff. Like, the only thing I have subscription wise is Ipsy, and I'd like to do more stuff like BoxyCharm, spooky boxes, stuff like that, but it's just money, like I'm not gonna spend money on stupid stuff I don't need. So that's like $13 a month for one thing, and that's a gift from Brian for the Ipsy. Alright, 17. If you could live anywhere, where would it be and why? I would love to live in Ireland or Scotland, because that is where my ancestors came from. I think one of my biggest dreams is to like at least visit up there, but I mean, screw England, because they treated us like crap, as you guys know by watching Braveheart. I mean, I love England, I love the Union Jack stuff, but I would rather live in Ireland. So, because that's where my family would still be had they been treated the way they deserve to be treated. So I would love to buy an old castle and fix it up. Like, if I had $1 million, first of all, I would just buy a simple little house, but it's like kind of a dream of mine to buy an old castle, which is funny because it's the English who built those. Like, those aren't even, I mean, they're in Ireland because the English took over. So they're not really Irish castles because the Irish lived in shacks or basically in the dirt. So it's funny how that works, but I'd love to buy a castle and make it into an Irish, very, like my husband Brian, it's Scots Irish too. Like his name is so Irish. his middle name too. So, number 18. How many kids do you have? Ages, names, story. Do you plan on having any more? So, I have 4. I've given birth to 4 children. I have Amy. She is 10 or 11 now. Her birthday is in October. October 2010. And Seamus is 5. His birthday's in August of 2015. And then Alexander is 4. His birthday is January 2017. 2016? 2016 or 2017. He's 4. Oh my god, I have so many. I have a little like note on my wall that says their ages and when they were born and how much they weighed. And Amy's the only one that like they didn't give me all that information. Like I'm missing information. Like they stole her social security card and her birth certificate, and it was hell trying to get her another birth certificate. So, and I still don't have her social security card because they just treated me like shit. And like I'm her mother, and I was treated like trash. Even when having her, I was trash. I was just trash. So I'm missing information. And Dallas is my last, and I am not having any more. And he is 2.5. He will be 3 in October of 2021, but he was born in 2018, so he is 2. And no, I don't plan on having any more kids. Brian had a vasectomy this year, and we're so happy and relieved. I don't want to get sick anymore. It's kind of torn up my body a little bit, and I just don't need any more. Like, and it's funny because I still look the same. Like, I haven't gained much weight. I haven't gained much weight at all after 4 kids, but I am done with having babies. That's enough for me. Number 19. What languages do you speak? I speak a little bit of Spanish. I'm still practicing, still learning, but I'm really good at English. That was my favorite class, was always English class. I loved to read, and I love to spell, and I love spelling bees, which is funny because I'm dyslexic, but my favorite word is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can spell it. I can even spell it out loud if you want me to. But yeah, I speak a little Spanish. I took French class because I wanted to be like my big sister who was a BITCH, and I failed French. I hated French. It was stupid. My teacher was a jerk. She was really hateful, even like in the past few years. Like she's been really judgmental. Like, why would I want to take French class from someone who represents, like, you're just mean. So anyway, I like Spanish. My oldest sister, whom I like, the only sister I like, she has actually 7 kids that are Latino, and they're gorgeous, and she speaks it really well. So she told me about a site called Duolingo, which has bombarded me with notifications, but I do love Duolingo when I have time, which I have not had a lot of time this year, but I do like Duolingo for learning Spanish. You can learn any language you want. You can even like learn the languages on Star Wars. It's really cool. And then last but not least, number 20. What breed of dog would you have if you could, and do you have a dog? No, I don't have a dog. The last dog I had was a Sheltie. She was a miniature collie. She was black and white, and her name was Millie Vanilli, like the musician. And my fiance at that time gave me the dog when we got together, and then when we broke up, he took the dog back because that was just how he was, I guess, just being mean. So I haven't had a dog since her. Somebody dropped off some blue healers, and I picked them up, and turns out they wanted the dogs back, so whatever. So I don't have them either, but I think at this point I'd still love to have a collie. I loved them forever since Lassie, the show. And my mom had a Dalmatian named Jake when I was growing up. Got hit by a car. I know Dalmatians are a lot, but I would love to have one in his honor. And maybe a German Shepherd, maybe a Pit Bull, depending on how well they're raised. And I want a rescue dog. Brian does not exactly want a rescue dog because he says, they might have problems. But me, that's who I am. I like rescues. Whoa. I like rescues. I like to save things. But yeah, that's everything. That's my 20 questions list. That's a little bit more about me. And I have a few more things to do in my next video, but I'll do that in a minute. So if you guys liked this and you have anything else more to ask, you're welcome to just comment below, like, hey, we got a couple more questions for you. Not that you didn't answer like enough, but yeah. You're welcome to subscribe, like my Facebook, and follow my Instagram, because if you do, you get entered in my giveaway. And I actually have one item over here in my next video that I'm going to talk about, and it's actually also going in my giveaway. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Make good choices, have better idols, choose better idols. Laura's a Bailey Syrian, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.